And just like that, we are halfway there in the UEFA Champions League phase as well. Hello and welcome to you to this new video where I will be doing the UEFA Champions League Power Rankings match week 4, match day 4 to be precise, where obviously we've talked about the last 3 match days. This is match day 4. I am obviously going to talk about this one. I mean, it comes really quick, doesn't it, the European ties? You don't realise how quick it is, how quick it goes. But yeah, we are here from match day 1 being like over a month ago to now here in match day 4, officially halfway there. It's crazy if you think of it, but well, the content here is unreal. But well, just like that then, let's get straight underway, and this time it will be a full power rankings like match day 1, where I'll be telling about every single team and why they are in that specific position, because you know what, like I said, we are halfway there. So let's get straight to it, and let's talk about number 36. Number 36, Red Bull Salzburg. Last time out, number 34, playing Feyenoord away. Now, I think Red Bull Salzburg have had quite possibly the worst Champions League start you could ever have. The worst thing about it is they have played easy teams. They haven't played hard teams. They've played the likes of Dinamo Zagreb and Brest at home, and they have conceded 6 goals in them 2 games. That is shocking. That is absolutely shocking. And I said Red Bull Salzburg at the start would do really, really well. However, this season, it has not been it. In the Austrian Bundesliga, they're currently 4th in the league. They are 8 points behind first place Sturm Graz. Everything isn't going to plan. And let me tell you, one more loss there for Pep Linders' men. And I'm afraid to say that he looks like he's going to be a dead man walking. Because it looks like Red Bull Salzburg will not be getting out of that Champions League if they lose one more, which they quite possibly will do, as they do have harder fixtures to come. Number 35, Slovan Bratislava. Last time out, number 36, playing Dinamo Zagreb at home. Now, for Slovan Bratislava, this was kind of expected more than Red Bull Salzburg, so that is why I am going to put them a place above RB Salzburg, based off the fact that Red Bull Salzburg have been that poor this season in the Champions League. But while Slovan Bratislava, the good side for them is they do have 2 easy games coming up. They've got Dinamo Zagreb at home, then AC Milan coming up in match day 5. Now, if they can potentially get 1 or 2 points, maybe 3 if I'm pushing it, then that would be fantastic for them. That would be, who knows, a morale boost for Slovan Bratislava. And for them, I think a win in this Champions League would be beneficial, the fact that they have never been in it before. Number 34, BSA Young Boys. Last time out, number 35, playing Shakhtar Donetsk away. Do you know what? I feel quite sorry there for Young Boys, because they could have got a really good result there at home against Inter Milan, which could have kick-started their Champions League campaign. However, a 93rd minute Marcus Thuram goal sealed the deal there for Inter Milan, as they got the bragging rights and the 3 points, which leaves BSC Young Boys still in last and bottom. Now, that will be a bit of a concern. However, like I said, positive fixtures are coming up there for Young Boys. They face Stuttgart, Atalanta, and Shakhtar in the next 3 games. If they can get results there, that would be good. But all I do know there for BSC Young Boys is they've got 0 points, which isn't good. Number 33, Crvena Zvezda, playing Barcelona at home. Now for Crvena Zvezda, they've lost the last 3, but the last 2 they've lost were very convincing. It featured a 5-1 loss to AS Monaco and then a 4-0 loss to Inter Milan, which isn't good. However, for Red Star, they have fixtures at home. Now, at home, they did lose 2-1 to Benfica, and I do think Benfica could be a dark horse for the Champions League, so I don't think that was really a bad result there for Red Star. However, the Inter Milan 4-0, the AS Monaco 5-1, are not good results there for Red Star if they want to qualify into the playoff round. So they need to start winning if they want to have any chance of that. Number 32, SK Sturm Graz, playing Borussia Dortmund away. They've come into the Champions League after qualifying as Austrian champions, and well, Champions League this year hasn't really been for them. I mean, they lost 1-0 there to Bruges, lost 2-0 to Sporting Lisbon, mainly thanks to Viktor Jokoric. So, yeah, for Sturm Graz, it hasn't really been a good campaign. The best player for Sturm Graz in this Champions League is Yusuf Gazibegovic. He has been crucial there for Sturm Graz in not conceding, well, that much 3 and 4 goals. They have Borussia Dortmund this match day. Good luck. That's all I'm saying. Good luck. I mean, last time they were here, they did win 7 goals to 1 against Celtic. Sturm Graz will not hope that any of a score like that happens. But yeah, Sturm Graz, 32nd place. Number 31, Shakhtar Donetsk. Last time out, number 30, playing BSC Young Boys at home. Now, Shakhtar Donetsk did get a bit unlucky following that 1-0 loss to Arsenal. However, Shakhtar, they do have BSC Young Boys next game at home in Gelsenkirchen. Now, Shakhtar Donetsk, they do have a point unlike the other 5 sides that I am on about. So that is a good thing there from the Ukrainian champions. They just need to win one. Win one, and they will be fine. Georgi Surakov is the main player there for Shakhtar. He has been, well, doing very well in the Ukrainian League, not so well in the Champions League, but I'm sure his performances and Shakhtar's will only get better. Number 30, Bologna. Last time out, number 27, playing AS Monaco at home. Bologna. Obviously a little bit annoying for them following that 2-0 loss away at Villa Park to Aston Villa. The weird thing is about Bologna is if you look at their stats, Bologna haven't been that bad of a side. You could see against Aston Villa, 12 shots they had on goal. Against Liverpool, they actually bossed the statistics, 12 shots on target comparing to 9 of Liverpool's. However, they have still lost twice. Now, they do have AS Monaco and they do also have Lille. They are easier fixtures than the ones in England that they've had to face, so that will be easier for them, but for Bologna, it will only take time before them winning, I'm sure. Vincenzo Italiano, they've won the last 2 games against Cagliari and Lecce. I'm sure Vincenzo Italiano will eventually find a plan for Bologna. Number 29, Club Brugge. Last time out, number 28, playing Aston Villa at home. Club Brugge have 3 points in this Champions League by beating Sturm Graz by 1-0 in match day 2. Aston Villa up next for them. That will be slightly tougher. Villa having a fantastic season in this Champions League. 2nd place they are. So for Club Brugge, it will be a little bit tougher for them. Following that 3-1 loss to AC Milan de Rossoneri at the San Siro, they are expecting a fight back. Now, they did have one following 3 wins in, well, the Cup and in the League. 2-1 win against Anderlecht, 6-1 against Beniza Bierzen, and 1-0 against Uha Leuven. Now, that is good. That is good for Club Brugge. They are starting to gel. Obviously, it's just Solis. He scored that free kick against Sturm Graz, which is why they did win the game, and he is an influential part of Club Brugge. Number 28, Sparta Prague. Last time out, number 26, playing Stade Brestois at home. Sparta Prague are starting life strong in this Champions League. 3 games, 4 points, and well, only 1 loss. The only reason why I've put them down 2 places is because they got absolutely spanked against Manchester City. Yes, they did. 22 shots to 5. XG for Man City of 3. Sparta Prague 0.23. And yeah, that shows that, well, City did dominate Sparta Prague. What doesn't help them is the fact that their best player, Lucas Hrazin, has got an injury. Did get injured in that 5-0 loss against Manchester City. That will be a bit of a problem. But I'm sure they will step back with the likes of Kain Kernanen and the likes of Verko Birmancevic. They will do fine. They will be alright, Sparta Prague. Stade Brestois next. Very tough game for them because Stade Brestois, similar to Sparta Prague, underdogs in this competition. So that will be a very intriguing game to watch. Sparta Prague, however, in 28th place. Number 27, Celtic. Last time out, number 29, playing Red Bull Leipzig at home. What a result this was for the Hoops. Away at Bergamo, and you managed to get a point. Bergamo is a very tough place to play. Obviously, we do know Arsenal drew there, and to be fair, Arsenal should have lost. However, Celtic had a plan, they found a way, and they did get a draw, which was the same result as Arsenal's, but it is better, the fact that Celtic didn't think they would get a result in this game, and they ended up doing. Let me tell you, though, Kasper Schmeichel, what a game he had that game. He saved them. galore. He saved them how much he needed to be saved. Now, Kasper Schmeichel, he did make 6 saves and 4 saves from inside the box, which is impressive. Another thing, Arne Engels, what a player he is. He's a fantastic pick-up there from Augsburg. 9 million Celtic paid for him. He looks like he's going to be a bargain. Number 26, Dinamo Zagreb. Last time out, number 31, playing Slovan Bratislava away. From losing 9-2 away at Bayern Munich, Dinamo Zagreb have bounced back in the right manner. They drew 2-2 to AS Monaco in Matchday 2. They should have won that game. I mean, the pitch looked like a Sunday League pitch, but they should have won that game. And then they beat RB Salzburg away from home by 2-0. That is the bounce back that you Dinamo Zagreb fans really, really wanted. And now, which is funny enough, they are actually ahead of that same team that beat Dinamo Zagreb by 9-2 by Munich, which, you got to admit, is pretty funny. Number 25, Red Bull Leipzig. Last time out, number 17, playing Celtic away. RB Leipzig are a little bit like Bologna, how the statistics aren't that bad, but they need results. They haven't won a game in this Champions League, but they have been very, very unlucky. They lost to Liverpool by 1-0. They lost to Juventus in the last minute. They lost to Atletico Madrid in the last minute. So they have been very, very unlucky, RB Leipzig. I still think Leipzig will get results. I don't think Leipzig will be here for much longer in 25th place, because I do think the quality that they have is absolutely outstanding, and I'm sure Marco Rosa's team will find something else and will find a way to start winning, but you need to get them results, Leipzig, if you want to get through. Number 24, Atletico de Madrid. Last time out, number 13, playing Paris Saint-Germain away. What is going on with Atleti at the minute? They have been very poor in this Champions League this season. They got a scrammy lucky win against RB Leipzig. They lost 4-0 to Benfica at the Estadio da Luz, and they lost 3-1 at home to Lille. Now, Atletico Madrid never lose at home, and they got humiliated to Lille. That is bad. That is bad on Atleti. And coming up, their next game is against Paris Saint-Germain away. That's a tough game, and that is a game that both sides will want to bounce back following their dismal starts in the Champions League. So Atletico Madrid need to get ready, need to be ready in these next 4 games. Otherwise, if they're not, then they'll struggle. Number 23, Girona. Last time out, number 24, playing PSV Eindhoven away. However, Girona are having a fantastic start in the Champions League. They are above Atletico de Madrid, and they are currently occupying that final playoff spot in real life. They have the 24th place. They do have 3 points following that 2-0 win against Slovan Bratislava. They were fairly unlucky against Feyenoord in Matchday 2, and they were fairly unlucky against Paris Saint-Germain. So, for Girona, getting that win is exactly what they needed coming into this next match day. Number 22, PSV Eindhoven. Last time out, number 20, playing Girona FC at home. And number 22 is the team that are playing Girona this match week, PSV Eindhoven. Now, they will want to bounce back following that 3-2 loss against Ajax in the league, and they do play Girona. And PSV have been slightly unlucky. They have 2 points, but they did get 2 points against good results. They've drawn against Sporting 1-0, they drew against PSG away 1-0, which is a fairly good result if you think of it. Now they have Girona and Shakhtar Donetsk, 2 fairly easy fixtures for them. If they can get positive results, if they can play well, if they can score, which I know PSV can do, then that is exactly what they will want, and that is exactly what it will take for them to go up them power rankings. Number 21, AC Milan, playing Real Madrid away. The Rossoneri have struggled in the Champions League. They got their first win of the competition against Club Brugge last match day. Now they're playing Real Madrid this match day, which is exactly what you do not want, and they're playing them at the Santiago Bernabeu. Pressure is on Paulo Fonseca to deliver. This could potentially be his last match if they do lose. So for AC Milan, this is pivotal if they can get a positive result in Madrid. Number 20, Feyenoord. Last time out, number 25, playing Red Bull Salzburg at home. Who saw that coming from Brian Priska's men? Not me. Feyenoord, since they got battered against Bayer Leverkusen, they've become a force, and they became a force by beating Girona 3-2 and by beating Benfica 3-1. That Benfica result for me is significant, because Benfica, they were on 6 points, probably one of the best teams in this Champions League, and Feyenoord, out of nowhere, came and shocked the Champions League by beating Benfica 3-1. Now that, like I said, for Brian Priska's men, is absolutely what they needed. They do play at home to RB Salzburg, get a win against them, you've got 9 points. That Feyenoord is good going. Number 19, VfB Stuttgart. Last time out, number 23, playing Atalanta at home. VfB Stuttgart, 4 points in 3, not lost in 2. That, again, is good going. And they did it by beating the Brazilian Bianconeri away at the Allianz Stadium. That win was a good win for Stuttgart. And Stuttgart, you could say, were the better team. 22 chances they had on goal, comparing to 7 of Juventus. So Stuttgart battered that game. And it only came until the 92nd minute when El Bilal Torre scored that last-minute goal to make VfB Stuttgart win that game and to make them in a positive position up in 18th place, 19th on the power rankings. Number 18, AS Monaco. Last time out, number 19, playing Bologna away. Monaco, 7 points, 2 wins at home, including a win against Barcelona and a framping, hammering win against Crvena Zvezda. Not too bad, is it, for Monaco and Adi Hütter's men? They have lost the last 2 games. They did lose to Nice and they did lose to Angers. So going to them against Bologna, this will be a game where it will be mixed emotions there for AS Monaco. However, if they can keep performing, Monaco, as I know they can do, with the likes of Maguez Elichui, he has been a good player, Takuma Minamino, Wilfred Singo, they will be just fine for this one against Bologna. Monaco, I won't be too worried for you lot. You're doing fine. And you're in the top 8. Number 17, Stade Brestois. Last time out, number 22, playing Sparta Prague away. Who doesn't love an underdog story? And the underdog of the Champions League has to be Stade Brestois. They weren't in the Champions League. In fact, the manager, Eric Roy, 10 years ago, was a pundit. A French, normal sports journalist pundit. And he's managing a side that are undefeated in the Champions League. That is congratulations. That is grit and determination indeed there from Stade Brestois. And they've come in it thinking, well, this is their first ever European competition, and they've gone and done brilliantly. Drawing against Bayer Leverkusen last week, beating RB Salzburg 4-0, beating Sturm Graz 2-1. You can't really complain with that. Number 16, Atalanta, playing VfB Stuttgart away. Atalanta didn't really have the greatest results there in last match day, drawing 0-0 to Celtic. But what I will say is that man you're looking at right there, Ademola Lookman, he has been an absolute star there for La Dea. In 3 games, he scored 4 goals and assisted 2. That's 6 goal involvements there in 3 games. That is good going there for Ademola Lookman. He is a player on form right now. Scored 2 goals away in Naples to beat the current Serie A leaders Napoli by 3-0. That means he is on form. And beware VfB Stuttgart, because when he's on form, he's deadly. Put it that way. Number 15, Benfica. Last time out, number 14. Playing FC Bayern München away. I mean, similar to Atalanta, let's just give a shout out there to Karim Ektukoglu. He has been wonderful signing there from Galatasaray that Benfica had brought in. And again, similar to Atalanta, what really happened to them? They didn't have a great result, and it was really weird because Benfica were cruising. Everybody thought, hang on a minute, Benfica were going to beat Feyenoord easy. Feyenoord thought, hold on, hold my waffles. And then they ended up winning by 3-1. Now, that was very surprising. I didn't think Feyenoord would be up for the occasion, especially against an informed Benfica. However, they proved me wrong, and they proved me wrong with some decent stats. Feyenoord played very, very well en route to beating Benfica by 3-1. And I'm sure there for Benfica, this is a little bit of a setback. However, they do have Bayern Munich and Monaco the next 2 games. Very tough games there for Benfica, especially the next game, Bayern Munich at Allianz Arena. That will be tough for Benfica, but all I know is if Actacoglu keeps scoring, they'll just be fine. Number 14, Sporting Clube de Portugal. Last time out, number 15, playing Manchester City at home. I'm sorry, Sporting fans, I know you have heard this a million times this week, but I am going to talk this little segment about Ruben Amorim, the new Manchester United manager. He will be taking charge after the Braga game, so this will be his last Champions League game managing Sporting Clube de Portugal. And who is it up against? Manchester City. What a test for Ruben Amorim to test himself, how much of a Premier League manager he can be with facing Manchester City. And to be fair, I think he will do quite well. However, you're playing Manchester City. In all seriousness, it's going to be very, very tough for Sporting to get a positive result against Manchester City. However, this for Ruben Amorim is a big, big test, and it gives him a little bit of an insight to see how Pep Guardiola's Manchester City will work when he will be Manchester United manager. Number 13, LOS Lille. Last time out, number 18, playing Juventus at home. What is it with French teams this year in the Champions League? I mean, you've had Lille, Stade Brestois and AS Monaco, who have been fantastic this year in the UEFA Champions League. And while Lille, they were another one that, well, were expected to do well since you've got the firepower of Jonathan David and Edin Dzegrova, but they've impressed me a lot. Beating Real Madrid for a start at home. Not a lot of teams can beat Real Madrid. They did. Atletico de Madrid away. Not a lot of teams can beat Atletico de Madrid away. Lille did. So that shows that Lille, on any given day, they will come out and they will come out at their best to try and beat you. That is why they've gone up 5 places on my power rankings from number 18 last match day to number 13. And that is well deserved. Number 12, Paris Saint-Germain. Last time out, number 9, playing Atletico de Madrid at home. Oh yeah, forgot about these lot, didn't I? With French teams doing really well. Yeah, forgot about these. What have Paris Saint-Germain done this year? Absolutely nothing. That is what they have done. In the past 3 games, they have been god-awful. However, they've got 4 points, which isn't bad. But at the same time, Paris Saint-Germain, they want to win it. They're like the Dallas Cowboys of the NFL. They're like the Dallas Cowboys of Ligue 1. Trying to invest money, try and get the best squad, and it never works out. And this with Paris Saint-Germain, I don't think it's going to work out because you don't really have a striker, do you? I mean, you've got Kangin Lee, who's a very good player, but, well, he's no Kylian Mbappe. Like I said last week, he's no Kylian Mbappe. And that, for me, will hurt Paris Saint-Germain. And I think it will hurt them dearly. But if they win, they will probably come back up to a better position than 12. It's just, when are they going to score? Number 11, Juventus, playing Lille away. Juventus will be disappointed with that loss against Stuttgart. They really will, because I know Juventus. Juventus are usually better than that. I mean, statistically at home, getting absolutely hammered on the statistics, and they only lost 1-0. Proves very good reading there for the Bianconeri because they weren't at it. Thiago Motta's men were not at it, and they could try and be, and they could have possibly snuck the game. They could have possibly won. However, they didn't, and that is a little bit annoying there for the Bianconeri. They've got Lille next. Perfect time to make themselves. However, Juventus fans, do not doubt Lille. They've obviously beat Real Madrid. They've beat Atletico. Who knows? They could possibly even beat you. Number 10, FC Barcelona. Last time out, number 12, playing Crvena Zvezda away. Hansi Flick's Barcelona are simply cooking in this year's Champions League. They have been a very, very good side, and the way how they dismantled Bayern Munich has to be recognised as being very, very impressive. Not many teams do that to Bayern Munich, what Barcelona did to Bayern Munich. And, well, they did that in some style. They absolutely humiliated Bayern Munich by 4-1. Thanks to a Rafinha hat-trick. Rafinha, obviously, the main man. But it weren't even Rafinha. Robert Lewandowski Pau Kubasi, Lamine Yamal, all of those players combined in a performance of the ages against Bayern Munich, and that is what they should be proud for. Going up 2 places from number 12 to number 10, so they should be. Number 9, Borussia Dortmund. Last time out, number 8, playing SK Sturm Graz at home. To be fair, Real Madrid just did Real Madrid things in with this game, and Vinicius Jr. had an absolute ball of a game as he scored a hat-trick, and Real Madrid beat Borussia Dortmund 5-2, when Borussia Dortmund were 2-0 up. And well, you can always rely Real Madrid to make a comeback at the Santiago Bernabeu. That is what Madrid tends to do. It's Real Madrid things. As well, I'm sorry Dortmund, but you can't really stop that. I'm sorry, but realistically, you conceding 5 goals in the second half after scoring 2 is very bad. Is very bad. And I'm sure Nuri Sahin will know how to do better on this instance, but that isn't a good sign if you can concede 5 in a half. Saying that, though, it is Real Madrid. Anything can really happen with them lot. Number 8, Aston Villa. Last time out, number 10, playing Club Brugge away. I tell you what am I seeing from Unai Emery's men? Because they are, get this, first. They are first in the Champions League. Imagine telling a Villa fan that 5 years ago that your club would be first place in the UEFA Champions League ahead of Matchday 4. That is absolutely bonkers. And do you know what is even bonkers? That they are only the 3rd ever team to not concede a goal when it's 3 match days. The other 2 clubs that haven't was Malaga and Leicester City, funnily enough, from England. Under, well, I think it was Claudio Ranieri and Craig Shakespeare, for that matter. So, yeah, they do play Club Brugge. Aston Villa have been cruising in this Champions League. Beat Bayern Munich 1-0. Beat Bologna 2-0. That shows that Unai Emery's men, good evening, Unai, and Unai Emery's men are cooking up something good in this Champions League. And if they can get another win, that's 12 points from 4. Number 7, FC Bayern München. Last time out, number 4, playing Eshel Benfica at home. To be fair, with Bayern Munich, they're a little bit of a weird one, because Bayern Munich, well, I think they've played well the 2 games that they lost. Against Aston Villa, like I said, they bossed all possession, they were the better team, until Jean Duran scored, and it was madness. This game, I still thought Bayern Munich were in it when it was 3-1. When that 4th goal went in, however, game over. And that was when Barcelona won. And this for Bayern Munich slightly concerning, because you've lost 2 games. Bayern Munich have never lost 2 games back-to-back in a European group stage. Well, they've just lost back-to-back in Europe. And they do play Benfica next at home. I bet they're thankful they've got a home game. Because if they had another away day, then wouldn't be so good, wouldn't it? But either way, I think Bayern Munich can bounce back. However, playing Benfica isn't good. Number 6, Arsenal. Last time out, number 7, playing Inter Milan away. See, if I were Arsenal here, I'd be a little bit concerned, because you've lost against Bournemouth, you've lost against Newcastle, their Premier League hopes are more or less hanging by a thread, and they've got to go to San Siro to face Inter Milan, one of the most informed teams in Europe. That isn't great. That isn't great fixturing, plus you don't have Martin Odegaard, so that isn't good. Arsenal, I think the best that they can hope for this is a draw. If they can win, even better. I don't think they will do, though. I don't think Arsenal will win. However, if they can draw at the San Siro against a very dominant defensive Inter Milan side under Simeone Inzaghi, then I think that is a good result either way for Mikel Arteta. But if they do lose, then there will start to be a bit of trouble brewing, I think, at the Emirates. But either way, Arsenal in 6th place. Number 5, Real Madrid, playing AC Milan at home. Real Madrid doing Real Madrid things once again. I mean, Vinicius Jr. having an absolute worldie once again against Borussia Dortmund. And, well, they beat them by 5-2. And I still do not know how this man didn't get the Ballon d'Or. I am still a little bit confused. I thought Vinicius Jr. was arguably, without a doubt, the best player last year. However, they did give it to Rodri. As, well, Rodri is a deserved winner of the Ballon d'Or, do not get me wrong, but I just think it should have been Vinicius. I think Vinicius was the best player for Real Madrid. He was the most deadliest. And it was shown after this game against Borussia Dortmund. But I have kept them in 5th. I'm not going to put them any up, because I do think, well, they could. I mean, they did all they could. They obviously won the game 5-2, but I do think Real Madrid could do better. I think that loss against Lille still weren't great for them, but they did bounce back by beating Borussia Dortmund. Now, they do have AC Milan next. A very, very tough game. It will surely bring back memories there for the manager, Carlo Ancelotti. And, well, if Real Madrid can get another win, they'll probably be going up the power rankings. Number 4, Bayer Leverkusen. Last time out, number 6, playing Liverpool away. Now, this might be a little bit strange, the fact that I've put Bayer Leverkusen ahead of Real Madrid on this one, but Bayer Leverkusen just look strong. They look a very strong side in this Champions League, and they look like a side that not a lot of teams will beat, and that is obviously because of, well, Florian Wirtz, Victor Boniface, and, well, the super players that Bayer Leverkusen have on offer. Xavi Alonso, well, we all know he's a tactical genius based off that Bundesliga campaign last season, and I do think that has helped them more. The fact that, well, they're here in 4th place. Now, they do have Liverpool. That will be a brilliant game to watch, by the way, tomorrow. That will be excellent to see how good Bayer Leverkusen really are against a top team like Liverpool. So if I were you, I'd certainly be watching that one. Number 3, Inter Milan, playing Arsenal FC at home. For the second consecutive week, Inter Milan are in my top 3. And that is, well, because of, well, how dominant Inter Milan are. They're a side that I can always trust them. If my team was 1-0 down, I can trust them to come back. If my team's 1-0 leading, I can convince them to win. And they just have that winning mentality in them. Against BSC Young Boys, when Young Boys were probably bossing the game, they won the game 1-0, and that is because of that winning mentality that they have, and what Simeone Inzaghi has pushed for the Nerazzurri to be as good as they are. Now, they do have Arsenal. Like I said, for Arsenal, this will be a tough game for them, because this is the first time that they are playing, well, a competitive team barring from Manchester City, and I do think Inter Milan will do very well that game, I really do. So I think 3rd place for Inter Milan isn't bad. Number 2, Liverpool, playing Bayer Leverkusen at home. Liverpool goes in my number 2 yet again, based off that 1-0 win against RB Leipzig, and similar to Inter Milan, they just have that winning mentality, Liverpool. It's like, when they're down and out, you know that they will come back and win, and that is what makes a top team as it is. Now, Liverpool, they do play Bayer Leverkusen, a tough game, a very tough game for Liverpool. Their toughest game yet, I believe, and that is at Anfield. So if it is anything, I'm sure the Anfield Roar will try and get Liverpool something, try and, well, give them an oomph coming into the game against Bayer Leverkusen. And, well, if they beat Bayer Leverkusen, they may and potentially be my number 1 power ranking for Matchday 5. But I'll need to see them first. And finally, for a second consecutive week, number 1, Manchester City, playing Sporting Club de Portugal away. They're just too good, aren't they, Manchester City? They're just too good. It's like they had the second team out in a Champions League game and they still won 5-0. That is, well, dominant. And that shows that they could, sadly for me, they could potentially be a worthy winner that we could be watching to win the Champions League, and that would be Manchester City. You always know with Manchester City, they are going to be a team that will automatically probably get into the semi-finals. You know that. They will get into the semi-finals minimum. The maximum would obviously be them and winning it, but the minimum would be them getting into the semi-finals. And it's just because of how good they are. You've obviously got Erling Haaland, you've got Phil Foden, you've got Jack Grealish, you've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, and that is to name a few. That is good. Plus, you've got Joshua Guardiol, you've got Ruben Diaz, you've got Nathan Ake, you've got Rico Lewis. That is a Champions League winning side. And when a team has that in their squad, that is unstoppable. And I do think that Sporting will be a tough game. Obviously, Ruben Amorim, that will be all in the centre of this game. But Manchester City will just want to win. It's simple. Manchester City, they know how to win, and they will probably go and do it. That is why, for the second consecutive week, Manchester City are on my number 1 spot for the 3rd time in 4 weeks. And just like that, then, I will get going. So if you did like that video, if you do say something, you really mean a lot to me, but you don't have to. As I shall go, see you soon, stay safe, and I'll be talking to you lot then in the next one. See ya, and bye-bye.